NBA just gave players sick new instructions to disrespect our nation. Here's what they are going to do. In an obvious attempt to commit collective suicide, the NBA or the National Basketball Association, for those of us who actually have a life outside of watching rich spoiled brats throw a ball for a living, is now asking their players to be more vocal when it comes to addressing social issues. From denouncing anti-transgender bills to promoting gender equality in hiring. This malarkey was sent by NBA Commissioner Adam Silver as a letter the same day that Seahawks defensive end Michael Bennett claimed that a Las Vegas cop racially profiled and harassed him. The letter Silver wrote read, "None of us operate in a vacuum. Critical issues that affect our society also impact you directly. You have real power to make a difference in the world. Do these people even realize they just simply toss a ball for a living?" Silver didn't go into specifics such as citing Black Lives Matter or Antifa, which are both anti-American groups, but he went on to state that he believes that his ball players have a platform that reaches far beyond their athletic talents. His letter actually went on to say that the NBA is about much more than a game. He added that NBA players have to continue to use the NBA's incredible platform to help and engage with people everywhere. When did you engage when so many of us lost our health insurance coverage thanks to your party, Silver? Oh, sorry, forgot, former President Barack Hussein Obama was black, so he's untouchable to you and your illiterate players. The letter follows a similar one sent by the NBA before the start of last season, right around the time Colin Kaepernick's national anthem protest began. With 21.8 million NFL fans tuning in, the kickoff of the 2017 regular season was down 13% for the NFL and NBC from last year's opener. Not only does that represent a very real smackdown for the league and the net coming off a previous season that saw double-digit declines in its early months, but it is the worst an opening game has done since 2009. In fact, with Hurricane Irma evacuations in Florida likely having an effect on viewership in the Sunshine State, this is the first time in 5 years that the total audience of the kickoff game has fallen below 25 million. And, while the most watched network show in 3 months, even with streaming and other NBC platforms bumping things up to 22.2 million, the game still fell short of the 25 million mark. All of which means a lot more is now riding on Sunday Night Football's NY Giants and Dallas Cowboys matchup on September 10th. Because if those two mega-market teams can't score ratings-wise, the NFL has a real rethink on its agenda. Previously, 6:51 a.m., the consensus was that last night's NFL kickoff game would see the favored New England Patriots win at home, but the defending Super Bowl champions currently sit in last place. In a 42-27 win over Tom Brady and crew in a game that went to midnight on the East Coast, the Kansas City Chiefs brought some real drama to the start of the 2017-18 regular season. But last year's AFC West champs took some real hits too, with cornerback Marcus Peters getting blowback on social media and more for sitting in protest during the national anthem, and Pro Bowl safety Eric Berry suffering a season-ending ruptured Achilles tendon in the matchup at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Still, with a 14.625 in meter market ratings, the beginning of the new NFL season was not exactly a winner for the league and NBC. While better than anything on the Big Four has done in the overnights and months, those numbers are down a sobering 12% from the early results of the Denver Broncos' tight 21-20 victory over the Carolina Panthers in last year's kickoff game on September 8, 2016. Long season short, that's not a good start for either the NFL or networks hoping to gain some traction from last year's NFL ratings blows. To put some greater context, the 2016 kickoff game, which was down from both the 2015 and the 2014 openers, went on to snare a 9.433 rating among adults 18-49 and 25.2 million viewers. With the eventual Super Bowl 50 champs 10 points down at 1 point before surging for the win, the Broncos-Panthers opener was the 4th year in a row that an NFL kickoff game topped 25 million viewers. With 27.5 million sets of eyeballs, the 2010 kickoff between the New Orleans Saints and Minnesota Vikings still holds the record for most watched season openers since the traditional Thursday openers started in 2002. Of course, last night's 8:45 p.m. midnight TT game comes off last season's sack ratings, as NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, who was booed and mocked by clown-nosed sporting Patriots fans at last night, the Comcast-owned net and others are more than aware. Starting out in a 12% decline, a generous analysis had ratings for the 2016-17 season down around 8% overall from the year before in the end. Before last night's results, a sliver of hope had seemed to emerge as this year's preseason games were up 5% over the 2016 exhibitions. Heading into Sunday Night Football on NBC this weekend, a lot of stock will be put in the big market matchup between the NFC East rival New York Giants and Dallas Cowboys delivering the goods and the numbers to turn things around. Until then, we'll update with more of Thursday's kickoff ratings as we get them throughout the day, along with Big Brother, Battle of the Network Stars and Beat Shazam results too. In the meantime, here are the top 10 markets for last night's game. Providence 35.655. Kansas City 35.555. Boston 35.